Hello, everyone. I am Russell Royce Laurie from Cool Folks Who Love to Bachata. Welcome. Wow, all those people are clapping. I never met them before, but whoever they are, thank you. Anyway, we are doing the summer edition of Live with Me. Cool folks who love the bachata from all over the world. You guys are going live with me to tell the world a little bit more about you, about your events, advice you have for kids, suggestion on how the dance world can better support one another, and now advice on how to stay better fit. I am honored that we have Timo Cruz. He's on tonight. He's going to go live with me. Health and fitness expert from New York City. Now, this interview is a little different compared to other interviews because most of the interviews are pretty much, dancers and organizers. So, but this is the first time I have the honor and the pleasure to introduce to you guys someone who's the fitness industry, mind and body and soul. And he's going to take the time to tell you guys a little bit more about him, his products, some advice that can really help you guys, not only, keep in shape, but also live a healthier lifestyle. So I'm very honored that Mr. Cross is going to join us. Okay. I just want to say, first of all, Mr. Sharon, it was great to have you on a few minutes ago, and you did a great interview. So thank you very much. We are continuing with interviews this entire week. Uh, Allison is going to be on, and Kevin is going to be here. Ricky's going to be here. We have a lineup of members, some cool folks, that are going to go live with me this week. So I look forward to that. Um, quick announcement before I bring Timur on. August, a lot of events are happening. The DCBX event is happening in August. Our good friend Lee has invited cool folks who love the Bachata members. Tickets yet, please mention to Lee that you're a cool folks who love the Bachata member, or check with me. I have the codes for you to enter for the admission. So thank you, Lee, for doing that. A lot of events are happening in August. My goodness, our good friends Central Movement are having their weekender event in New York City the first weekend in August. So I look forward to that. If you guys are in New York City, come on out to give your support. Jonathan Amaya is having his event in New Jersey that same weekend. So if you guys are in New Jersey, come on out to that. My good friends Wendy and Rodrigo are having their weekender event in Charlotte. Guys, give your support. Arkansas, Melody and Miguel, they're having their Rasa event, so that should be a big one. And the Denver Bachata August. There's so many events, guys. So please come on out, give your support. And yeah, August is going to be a big one. Bring out Mr. Cruz. I'm going to bring him out so he can talk to us about, he's a CEO of the Chosen One Fitness. He's a fitness coach. He's a founder of TC1 Fitness. He was once a soccer player and also a Muay Thai fighter. I know I did not say that right, Teamer, and I apologize, but hopefully I was on the right direction. But I'm going to bring him out so he can talk to you guys a little bit more. Okay, so let me bring him out. Uh, how are you, sir? Nice to meet you. Before you say anything, I have to apologize because you are not Mr. Sharon. You are somebody totally different. So let me just quickly change that. So I apologize. I sincerely apologize. I had an interview uh, prior to you, so I just caught that. So I apologize. And I am on air, and Facebook is like, this guy, how do we make. Anyway, so you are Timo. And it's a pleasure to meet you, sir. It's a pleasure. It's a great pleasure because the interview is kind of different, right? I mean, you're not a typical dancer or an organizer. You're just, you're something, in a different fashion. So what you're doing is something unique. And on behalf of everyone, we appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule to go live with us, the dance world, about fitness and health and structure and focus and everything else that you can suggest to us. So if you don't mind me asking, if you can please tell us a little bit about yourself. But before you do, I just want to let everyone know that you know it's 90 something degrees in my little room here, and my jerry curls are slowly melting and whatever. So I apologize if I'm a little, you know, if I'm like little, dried up. But I'll try to keep it together here, But Mr. Seymour, please take it away, bro. Take it away. Tell everyone a little bit about you.
Number one, you got to get that AC fixed, Roswell. Come on, man. Get that AC fixed. Yeah. Well, look, like you said, I'm a fitness coach. Used to be an ex-professional soccer player. Muay Thai fighter. I haven't gone to the gym in a while without something I was doing for a little bit, for a few months. Something I still like to do, of course, but mostly I help men out change their lives, get them in the best shape of their lives, right? With fitness, mindset, health, all that stuff, man of God. Basic stuff. I train. I love what I do.
Love what you do. That I'm happy you said that, man, because I mean, all the interviews that I've done so far, that everyone comes down to one thing: passion. And they always say, they was like Roswell, not really for the money, not really for fame, is it comes down to passion. They
Mm.
love what they do. When you love what you do,
Yeah.
it shows. It shows not only in you, but it shows in other people can see that. And when you love what you do, people come to you. Like the interview I was doing with Mr. Sharoon, like right before you, we talked, we kind of we touched on that in the sense that if you are who you are, then there's not much competition and you don't have to like compete. But so I'm happy you started out this interview by saying that, and that's very important. No matter what you do, whether it's dance, fitness, legal, teaching, whatever you do, you have to be passionate about what you do. And in order to be passionate about what you do, you just said it, you have to love what you do. So that's great. Um, Tell us a little bit about, you have so many titles here. Right before the interview, I had to like quickly look at your profile. I'm like, should I go eeny, meeny, miny, mo? What should I what should I talk about? You've done so much. You're the CEO of the Chosen One Fitness. Tell us about that. What is it like being the CEO? I mean, like it's a lot of work. It's not,
Mm.
like how do you manage being the CEO of the Chosen One Fitness? What is a Chosen One Fitness? Let's begin by there. Please
Okay,
tell
well,
everyone.
not too long ago, I took my stuff online, training people online. I was training before this, working out when the pandemic came, because I was playing pro ball in Brazil. Came back home for to prepare for another opportunity, but everything was shut down, right? But I was always a really skinny person. I was skinny, and I hated that about myself. Honestly, it was one of the things I didn't like about myself the most, right? Just gonna be honest with you, old people. So what I did was I had some dumbbells, I had a pull-up bar. I said, you know what? Screw this. I'm gonna get in shape. No excuses. For the first time, I'm gonna be consistent with this because I was always off and on, and I didn't like that about myself. So I picked that up. I didn't know that much, but I was learning on the way. Got some results. Started to help some people, and then I started to really enjoy it. Started to fall in love with it. First, it was first for the gain, obviously the financial gain, all that stuff. Also to learn for myself. But then eventually, things started to pick up. I'm still learning, of course. I've only been online for a year when it comes to this, but I've been working out, training. I've been training since I was a kid, since I was probably like 9, 10 years old, seriously. But working out intensely, probably 3, 3.5 years. You know, so honestly, these last 3.5 years, I've been going hard intensely, and I just figured I might as well put it online so I can help more people. I can also provide and help for my family as well. And nowadays, I'll tell you this, it's very busy. It's a very busy thing. There's a lot of things I have to keep up to. But as a man, I'm built for these things. As like, for example, I worked jobs before, and it was never for me to work under somebody. It never was for me, right? I was always the kind of guy who was what's it called? And I only looked up to people who are leading by example, right? I don't just listen to anybody. I listen to people who I want to emulate, who I want to be like. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what I did, and I just said, man, I want to be my own boss at some point. Now it's still a work in progress, but I'll tell you this: every single minute that I do, that I work like this, I love this kind of stuff. This stuff I love to do. Like I don't care how late it is, I can do this all night, man. It doesn't matter.
Okay, okay. What I'm thinking is that while you talk is that like you're not a dancer, but if you were a dancer, then I mean, I that would also be cool because you stay in shape and you look like a dancer. But why I'm gonna ask you a weird question. Why not dancing? You know what I'm saying? How come you're not one of the typical cool folks who love the bachata, salsa, mambo, man? I mean, you're not. Why? I mean, how? Why this? What do you like? Like for example, me. Okay, let's take a step back here. Like with me, for example, I like to
Mm.
help people, right? There's different ways to help people. You can defend them in court. You can get them counseling. You can just like go live with them or whatever. There's the ways of people. But the reason I do what I do is because I'm like you said. I love what I do. I'm passionate and stuff. But I'm not a professional dancer. I'm not an organizer. I just pretend to be a dancer. But I do what I do because I always try to get a message across to people that if I do something unconditionally, you know, then maybe that could help the world to better help themselves. So I guess my question to you is like, why do you, there's always a reason to everyone's story and why they're not, you know, who they are. So, my friend, if you don't mind me asking, what is your purpose or what is your reason for doing what you're doing? What are you trying to
What am I
accomplish?
trying to accomplish? Okay, so I'm gonna make the first part short, and I'll explain everything to you. So I truly believe every man, every person's purpose is to become the person they always admired, and then they give it back to the world. So that's what I'm doing. So ever since I was a kid, for example, it was different. Now priorities have changed, but I always wanted to be someone who was respected, somebody who was in an excellent fitness shape, somebody who looked like a fitness model, someone who was super athletic, successful at what he does, you know, who's a leader, people look up to, someone who's respected, someone who can defend himself, all that stuff, right? So essentially my goals would be always is well, especially right now, well, even when I was younger, was to be in the best shape I could, and I didn't have that, right? Like I said, I was the opposite, and I wasn't always confident like I am now. I wouldn't be able to speak. If you talked to me probably 5, 6 years ago, I was a really shy kid. Wouldn't talk to people, very antisocial, you know? So a lot of work had to be done, but I knew that it'd be worth it. You understand what I'm saying? So your question was my goals, right? Yeah. Okay, my goals. Okay, well, right now
Yeah.
I have many goals. So right now, especially like I break them up. I got fitness, finance. I have my faith, family goals. Obviously, right. One of them would be I'll say a family goal for example would be to because my parents are getting a little older, was to be able to take care of them financially, maybe get them a spot so they can stay, take care of them, all that stuff. Make sure my parents don't what's it called again? They don't leave this world in a retirement home. I want to make sure that they're in the comfort of a house that they like. And they can do what they want, right? They can live a good rest of their life. That's one of my goals. Of course, have a big family, have a lot of kids, right? Become a great father, all that stuff. For my fitness, stay lean all year round, single digit body fat like I still do. Put on lean muscle, be able to do some crazy techniques, muscle ups, human flags, all that stuff, handstand push ups, be able to bench more, things like that. And of course, with my business, to be able to impact more people on a larger scale, of course, bring more cash in, but most importantly, impact more men on a larger scale. Because in the short period I've been online, I've managed to help quite a few guys, and I was kind of shocked and surprised at the rate I've been able to learn, which is good. But I'll tell you this, Roswell, you're never going to exceed your own personal developments. You never will. So the more you grow, the more of an asset you can be, the more value you can bring. So the more value I give, the more I know I'm going to get on the back end. So it's also a good thing. You know what I mean? So it keeps my mind off of some of these worldly things, the materialistic stuff. It's good, it's important, but I mean, we can't take that to the grave. If you understand what I'm saying?
I'm happy you said, "Oh my God, you know what? I should have done a double interview with you and Mr. Sharon." He just ended the interview with that note. He was saying that that the last words, were like you just people's gonna remember you based upon like like what you do, like like not whether you did it for conditionally. It just the good stuff. People remember you and stuff. It's like so that what you just said. It kind of reflected back to the interview I just had with him 2 minutes ago. So I could not agree with you more because a lot of people was like Roswell, did you have anything else better to do with your life than going live with these people on Facebook? And you're not getting paid for this. You're not getting what's your problem? Are you lonely, Roswell? You know, like what's your problem? You ask people about their sex life. You ask them about like how are they really tall? Are they really short? Like what is your problem? And these people still like you. They still like you. So what's going on with you, Roswell? So that's what I want to take when I leave this earth,
Yeah.
right? I want people to remember me in the sense that Roswell did it because he wanted to do it because he wanted, he didn't have like a mindset or something plan. He just did it because he just felt it was the right thing to do, and he just wanted to help people better promote themselves and just better, just make things better. So, and that's how that's how I would like to be remembered. So I'm happy that you brought that up. But I wanted to ask you something. I mean, you there's so much you did, man. I mean, I mentioned that you were once a
Yeah.
soccer player, you know. Um, and then you were, your fitness, your fitness coach. The reason I'm smiling because I'm trying to brainstorm my head to see if I know anyone in my life, friends, family, that has done so much like you did. I can't think of anyone, not even a dancer. I mean, so, for you to do all of these things, it takes a lot of
Yeah.
ambition, a lot of courage, and a lot of love,
Hmm. Yeah.
right? Okay. So when you were a soccer player, like how does that compare? I'm going to ask you a weird question because I never really did soccer. How does that compare to, being a fitness coach now? I mean, do you feel that you're still making a difference in someone's life, or you're still making an impact, or like how are your motives the same, or do you feel like you're accomplishing more, less, the same, like what you do now compared to what you've done before?
Okay. Well, number one, like I don't feel like I did much yet in my life. I've way more to accomplish, but I appreciate that. I appreciate you saying that 100%. Um, what has changed? Well, I'll just be completely honest with you. When I was playing soccer or whatever, that was for specific selfish reasons. I thought I was gonna play, get signed, make a ton of money, play in Europe, which I could have done, but I changed my mind, of course. But I was extremely dedicated. I mean, I was obsessed with that. That's all I did. Eight from grade seven, so I was probably 12 years old or 10. I made up my mind I'm gonna go pro, right? So, I'd be waking up 5, 4 a.m., 6 a.m., training 2 hours, go to school, train afternoon, come home, train, sleep. You know, there's some days where I'd be training 6, 8 hours. Like Kobe Bryant would train minimum 4 hours a day. So I kind of I was replicating kind of that because I didn't just want to be good. I wanted to be great at what I did, and I was. But of course, things changed. Now to answer your other part of the question, how does that translate over to fitness? Well, I'll tell you this. I got the discipline and the hard work aspects from that because I was extremely obsessed. I just translated that over to what I'm doing right now. That's all I did. Into myself, into my clients, even my family members. Because what I do is like 24/7. Even if I'm not coaching, if I'm not like helping people who are on my program or whatever, I mean, I'm still coaching people. They're still asking me for advice. I'm currently helping my parents get in, like my dad lose weight. He's been overweight for a minute, for a long time. So my goal is to get him down 15 pounds probably in the next 3 months, 4 months, right? So I mean, like I say, the more you grow, right, and the more you learn, people are gonna look at you as an authority. People already look at me as an authority, and the more I'm growing, I'm kind of accepting the fact that I'm becoming a leader. I didn't think it happened this fast. I thought I was gonna kick the ball until I was like in my 30s, and I said, maybe I'll coach people, or I'll just walk off in the sunset, do what I want, kind of thing, right? But no, God had other plans for me, kind of thing, right? So it's a little bit different. I'd say now it's less. Of course, there's some selfish reasons, but now I feel like I'm more selfless because I am impacting other people's lives more than I was when I was playing soccer, for example. Like when I was playing soccer, I went to another country, right? And I basically I left my family. I was by myself in a new country, learning the language, all that stuff, and I was doing that. I did that since when I was 14. I did that until I was like 21. Yeah, until I was 21. So I feel that was more selfish then, but I feel like I had to be selfish. I have to be selfish. If you want to be the best you can be, you have to say no more than you say yes. You have to be more selfish before you become selfish. If you don't have anything, what you have to acquire something that you can give after that, right? If you have nothing, what can you give to people? You can't. So I feel that those times of me being extremely selfish, me being sometimes a prick to people, I think it kind of helped me because it built character. And now I can be extremely selfish. I can serve my people to the best of my abilities, or anybody who's going to join my programs or anything like that.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just, I'm so wrapped up in what you're saying, So forgive me for not, responding like so quickly. I mean, I'm so no, you're very, I mean, you're very unique in how you speak. I mean, because I'm not. Again, I'm used to like interviewing like dancers and organizers. So listening to you, it's like I feel like I'm on Wall Street, and I'm at the CEO meeting of a big like CEO company, and you're like, all right, staff members, this is what we're gonna do for today. You guys listen up, listen up. Only one time I'm gonna talk. You remind me of like a lawyer. That's it, like a lawyer in Brazil or something. So I like that.
Yeah.
I like how you speak, and when you speak, I notice about you. You're very direct. You're very like I can feel. I can't speak of on behalf of everyone that's listening to this, but I can feel your voice. Not only hear your voice, I can feel your voice. And it's one thing. Someone told me years ago. There's a difference between hello, you know, or ask a question like hi. So listening to you, you seem like the type of person that when you speak, people can hear what you're saying and absorb. I appreciate that. I appreciate that strong, that strong communication you're giving us. So I want to ask you something. And that's great. You mentioned about your parents, you helping them, with the weight stuff and those. So in general, I mean, how do you feel, man? Like when somebody, they come back to you, maybe a year from now, and they're like a park or a coffee shop down the street in New York or whatever, and they're like, "Hey, Timo, I, a year ago, if it wasn't for you, I would have been, 6 feet under, or I would have been in rehab, or I would have been like still growing. Like, how do you feel when you know that you actually witnessed a change in someone, or you actually know that because of you, someone has improved their life, or someone has, you know, have pursued a different journey that's positive and fulfilling, and compared to when you met them like before. So how, with me, I'll be before you answer that, I just want to say the reason I asked you that question because with me, I do human services, right? I'm a human services. I mean, I'm doing this crazy school program, human services. 'Cause I feel like I like to help people, and I know like if I feel like I didn't reach out to someone, like especially like kids, like I just feel that why am I getting paid? Why did I come to work? I'm not fulfilling. I feel empty. I'm one of those people. So, but you, I mean, like someone that comes up to you and say, "Hey, look at what you've done, sir. Look, the advice that you gave a year ago." I mean, how do you feel, man? How do you feel knowing that someone comes up to you and they say, "Thank you so much for helping me look, different and thinking differently." How do you feel, bro? I'm just curious. Like, how do you feel?
Well, like, of course, like anyone, you feel flattered. It feels good. You know what I mean? But most importantly, it also reassures that I'm doing the right thing. I'm on the right path. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm not messing around my life. I'm not pissing it away like I used to do. It shows that, and it also shows that if you can impact one person, you can impact two, three, four, five, hundreds, thousands, millions. It's about the work you put in, the dedication you want to put in. So it also helps me to realize that my vision is possible to fulfill. And if I can help one person, I can help more. You know, but honestly, it's a great feeling, of course, because I mean, I have tons of people in my life who I can point and say, those people helped me. They helped me. All glory goes to God, of course. Because I believe He uses people to help you out, right? So I don't fully take the credit. But that being said, I mean, yes, I think it's very important for people to have a positive a role model that shows them the right direction. Especially nowadays, a lot of people some people are confused with what they're supposed to be doing with their lives, their identity, and all that stuff. Sometimes they need somebody who's direct, someone who they can resonate with. You know. And I'm a person. I'm just very honest. I'm direct. If people don't like me, I really don't care, to be honest with you. So I have a family to take care of. I got my clients to take care of, and I know that I'm doing the right thing. You know.
Okay, that's great. That's great. I'm happy that you're family oriented, and that's fabulous.
Uh,
Um, when children are younger than you, and they say, I don't know, they want to follow your footsteps. They want to
mhm,
pursue a similar journey as yours. Um, and I mean, obviously, you tell them, it's not going to be an easy job and it's a lot of work. But how do you know that? How can you? I don't know. It's a weird question, maybe, but how can you see that someone they really mean it, that they really, like like people could come up to me and they can say, "Oh, Ross, well, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna follow the way you write or to follow the way you talk." But sometimes people just, I don't know, maybe they just say that because they feel it for the moment, but then again tomorrow they don't feel it. But how do you know that? If someone comes up to you, especially a kid, and you know they really mean it, they really want to, be the next your fitness coach, or follow your path or do something similar. For those individuals who you have faith in, and you know they can do it, and they will do it, what advice or directions or structure, like what could you tell them, or what had you tell them to better help them pursue what they're planning to do? Like, but especially the children, like what advice can you, give to the young ones who actually, would like to,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay. So advice for the young.
yeah. I know that was like five questions in one,
Yeah, no
so
problem. And,
sorry
and
about
and if I
that.
don't fully answer them, like feel free to like say it again, so because I might go off on a tangent just to let you know, right? So what would I tell them? Well, I'd say number one, if I were them, avoid any kind of anything that is going to intoxicate them, that's going to ruin them. Avoid anything, drugs. Avoid anything like so drugs, alcohol. If I were them, stay off of social media as much as possible, unless it's a business or they're monetizing it. Only do stuff that are constructive that are going to help them set them up for their future, right? Partying as well. I've partied before. I've done it a lot, but I don't recommend they do that. I recommend they take care of their family, become good, at what they do. Find something that they love to do. Become a master, become an expert, become very good, so they can become an asset to other people. Because them going out, fulfilling their desires and all those things, they don't have any help to anybody. If anything, they're going to hurt themselves. They're going to hurt themselves. That's the first piece of advice I'd give them. The second piece of advice is say, if there's something that you want to do, go all in. Go all in. Don't just dip your toe in there like some people. No, you jump in the pool, dive, go head first, jump, go in there, right? Because what's the worst that can happen? You're young. What's the worst that can happen? You fail. I failed tons of times, but I've learned from them. And I'm not scared to fail because the worst thing you can do is quit as a man. Failure, that's fine. You fail, you make a mistake, that's fine. But guess what? If you fail 10 times, you're going to succeed at some points, right? So that's what I tell them. Just work hard, believe in themselves, believe in themselves and have thick skin, develop thick skin. Don't care what other people are saying about you so much. Be a good person. Don't break the law. You know what I mean? But at the same time, what I mean is have your own kind of stand by your morals and principles, right? If you stand for something and people don't like it, so be it. Let it be. Forget about them. Find people that are aligned with your visions, aligned with what you believe in. There's somebody for everybody, and there's a group for everybody as well. You know what I'm saying? So I guess that's a few pieces of advice I'd give for the young ones. I have more, but those are the ones I can think of.
No, that's fine. That's fine, bro. That's fine. Like I said before, like you're very direct when you speak. So I appreciate that, and you're very strong when you speak. So that's great. I mean, I wish if I've known more people like that. So those are wonderful advice. Um, I I'm thinking about, like, I want to show some of your postings that you shared on your profile. Like the posting that I shared, like, yesterday in our Cool Folks page. With you working out and you talking and stuff. So is that okay if I
No,
just
go ahead. I don't know which ones you're
those?
gonna show, but that's
Yeah.
show anyone.
Oh, no, no, trust me, it's not. Trust me, it's just nothing bad. I'm not gonna get arrested, but it's just, I hope not. No, I'm not gonna get arrested. And so check this out. I love this one here. So this is your speech. Do you see this one from July 17th?
This one was today.
Um, yeah, I like that one. I'm gonna play it here so everyone can listen
Sure.
to. Okay, so let me just play it here. See,
Did not want to socialize with anybody. My life was pretty much, it was going down the drain. I wasn't strong enough. So I had to do something about it. With rigorous training, with hard work, with discipline, with sacrifices, I finally got to where I was at. I got the results I want, and I've helped plenty of men do that. 3 years ago, I was at one of the lowest parts of my life. But something was not right. Things weren't clicking. Was depressed, was weak, didn't want to go outside, did not want to socialize with anybody. My life was pretty much, it was going down the drain. I wasn't strong enough. So I had to do something about it. With rigorous training, with hard work, with discipline, with sacrifices, I finally got to where I was at. I got the results I want, and I've helped Plenty of men do that. 3 years ago, I was at one of the lowest parts of my life. But something was not right. Things weren't clicking. Was depressed, was weak, didn't want to go outside, did not want to socialize with anybody. My life was pretty much, it was going down the drain. I wasn't strong.
Okay, okay. I like that video. I like that. Uh, I like that. When you were talking about that, you're not that 3 years ago and stuff. So I know I don't know you that well and stuff. I don't know your history, but after watching that, I just felt like a lot of stuff happened to you back then, and I mean, the only thing I could think about is like, I fell into depression. My God, I can be here for like hours and hours and hours. My dad has Alzheimer's. Relationship problem. Can't find a good job. Getting older. Don't have a six pack anymore. A lot of people are asking me why I have the jacket on. Well, to look good and to cover up the body fat. But and depression is a bad thing. And one of the reasons I decided to do dancing, it saved my life. It saved my life. What some people don't. They take that literally. They're like, oh, you could just get over a heartbreak. That's part of life, Ross. But you're a grown man, get over it. And I remember when I went to my first social, it took a lot of guts and courage because it was that same night I was thinking about ending my life, like literally, like just don't tell anyone, go in a bathroom, get some tablets and whatever, and then I don't know, the call in or whatever, I don't know, something happened that just made me think differently. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna go to that bachata social. I'm gonna go dancing, and because for some odd reason, I don't think it's my time to go, But I was at that point, and I don't think I ever said this on national air, but I was at that point where I was like, ugh, just let it be. I'll be in a 10 o'clock news on Monday morning. So by the power of whatever it is, so I guess what I'm trying to say, I don't really know what happened like 3 years ago or your history. But just looking at that, something happened, for you to, do what you do. And so I guess what I'm trying to say is that how like how much okay, like how much work and effort and energy did it take to actually you know just to say those words or I felt that you didn't just say it because you wanted to post it and your media and everyone you're famous, but I felt that something happened to you and it took a lot of guts and courage, to make to be where you are, and you don't want people to ever feel that way. So how do you feel, like what do you like how do you feel like when you actually do something like that, when you actually you know make a tape like that or a video or something like what are you trying to, I'm going to ask you another Roswell question, like what are you trying to accomplish? Are you trying to let people know that, hey, I'm you know you're not alone, and I've been there, or like so tell us about that, because I was very fascinated with that specific segment. It's like I just felt that, okay, you could understand me, if I was there, if you met me 3 years ago, so please tell us a little bit about your logic when you made that that tape, please.
Yeah, no problem, bro. In terms of that, well, that's just me being authentic. Everything that I do, like all my posts, it's either a value post or I'm talking about something I went through or whatever it is. So I'm very authentic. I don't like to lie. It's kind of against my beliefs as well to do that, for me to do that. So I try to be as honest as possible. And at the same time too, like you got to build relationships with people. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to connect with people. And my most of my life, I'll tell you this, I was very insecure. I was an introvert. I'm mostly when I'm out about my business, I'm not out here talking. But when I have to speak, I make sure my words, I pick them wisely so people can, it doesn't just come out one ear or the other. So when they see me, they remember what I said. So the reason why I did that was, well, a lot of my posts even before, and I have a couple of them, I do similar stuff. I talk about fitness mindset, something that I went through, you know, and also at the same time, because when people see me now, they speak to me, some of them they're a little bit intimidated because some of them they remember me when I was younger. I was completely different, so they get a little bit intimidated. But then I say, oh, I'm like, dude, like I was where you're at before, you know.
Mhm.
And what's it called again? I don't know. In terms of that, it's just I'm telling my story. That's what it is, because the reality is I wasn't always like this. I speak like this. I wasn't always this disciplined, this hardworking, this driven. Like you said, you dealt with things like depression, things of that sort. I did when I was in my teenage years, multiple times. It was horrible. I mean, that was the worst part of my life. I'll just be honest with you. The worst part, extremely painful. It sucks, So I know what that's like. So overcoming that it was a lot of mental things. I also had to go through a lot of tests and trials after that. But I'll be honest with you, I can't say that, but I mean, right now, since I overcame that, there's nothing that God is going to put on my life that I can't overcome. I know that for a fact. Because I overcame that, nothing. There's nothing I can't handle. There's nothing.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. You said that. I appreciate it. And you also had I love your videos, bro. I mean, I can look at this all night. I mean, I love the one with the. I'm looking at it right now. I mean, I know you can't see, but it's a fitness one when you're like, you ju- you make me feel like 18 again. It's like I'm gonna show that again. I love that. You have so much energy. Where the heck do you
Yeah.
get all this energy from? I'm like half awake here. It's like 10:30, and you're just looking at these videos. I feel like go do some running around outside.
I can help you, man. Roswell, I can help you with that, man. It's
Let me
anybody
share
can
that
accomplish
with
that.
you.
Anybody
Share
can.
that with everyone. I want everyone to, yeah, yeah. This is the one where, uh, yeah, okay. This is the one where it says, "Skinny guys, you need to." Wait,
Oh
let me
yeah,
just get some sound here. Okay, yeah, I like. Okay, let's see.
هبت رياح العاصفة على الأيادي الخاطفة رياح العاصفة
Okay,
رياح العاصفة
all right, all right, all right. I like that. When I'm sorry, I'm just I'm like, well, those words, the music and the words and stuff. You Oh, God. You should have your own television show. I'm telling you, when you put the words displayed while you're exercising, this I like that. Like so by you printing all those words and stuff, do you feel that's gonna better help the person that's looking at this to reach out and to actually feel what you feel? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you? I mean, is that is that part of what you're trying to achieve also, just not only showing somebody that you're going up and down and but the music, but those words, like, I mean, how effective, yeah, how effective is that to someone that's that's that would like to follow that path or something, so that's what I'm trying to say, like, how effective how effective are those words, something like that, to the person that actually could benefit from looking at that video. That's what I'm trying. And I want to tell you something. I know you don't know me. Most people know me that, when I ask a question, it's like 10 questions in one, and I never really ask the questions. So don't worry. I'm not confusing you. Just, I'm cool man who loves to put shots. So it's just how my mind thinks. But yeah, so if you could please just, like, just tell everyone, like how effective is it more by having the words, broadcasted in front of the video while it plays? Like,
okay.
is it more effective or just, you know?
Well, I like to switch it up when it comes to my content because to be honest with you, I've seen like I've been transitioning. I've been trying to improve the quality, all that stuff. But in terms of that, there's
Okay.
sometimes where it's me speaking. The other ones are me working out. So I'm a fitness guy. I'm not going to show me. I'm a fitness guy. I'm not going to show me doing. I don't know. Let me think. Doing arts. What it, what are they going to resonate with? I'm a fitness guy. I'm going to show me working out. Seeing I'm showing that I'm actually
Right.
walking the talk kind of thing. Those are just me doing a few things. I think that was. a week ago or something. It was like dark. I was getting in my workout. It was probably sun was setting. So I was like, I'm just gonna take my camera out, do my workout, film at the same time. And basically all those things where I have the words there, I just think about it on the spot. So like usually in the morning I do a post on Instagram. I meditate, I do my prayer, whatever my mandatory prayers, then I do my meditation 10, 15 minutes, and that's when I get my most creativity. So I'll put something up, right? But that's all from creativity, right? And it's only gonna get better. So what you see there in a few weeks or a month, it's only gonna get better. So yeah.
Okay. That's okay. Okay. That's perfect. That's perfect. I like that. I like that. Um. Um. Sorry about that. um. You remember some picture that you had? You had like the Timo Hab. Is your middle name is Habib, right?
Crazy.
Habib. Okay. But I like the. Okay. Yeah. I like the. And I want everyone to see this because this is, it's amazing how you keep in shape. So I respect that. I respect that in a person. Um, do you remember this posting here, your main profile,
Yeah, yeah.
this
Yeah.
one here? Okay, I found this fascinating because like you have like you have like the before and after, or like like you have like how things could be, like you showed example. It reminds me of like when you go get your haircut and you tell the barber like I want to look like that guy on a picture, or like that
Yeah.
haircut or whatever, and that so but this is, I mean, this is not a hairdresser place, obviously. This is like it's something totally different. So I admire and respect how you were able to coordinate everything and put all the photos here and show like the before and the after and what could happen. So that's fascinating. So again, I'm going to ask you this the Roswell question here. By doing this, like, what message are you trying to, or what message are you trying to give to the person or the people that's actually looking
Okay.
at this?
So just yeah,
I like to know with the Brazil shirt. It says Brazil.
yeah. Yeah, yeah. That I was. It's crazy. I was on a trip with my mom. I was in Times Square there. That was Times Square. Yeah. So the point behind this is so when people see my profile, they know what I'm about. There's no fluff. There's no BS. They see it.
Okay.
I'm a fitness coach. Fitness, faith, mindset, health. Those are the things I specialize in. That's what I'm focusing on, right? So yeah, and basically it shows me. So if I was a fat or I was a skinny coach trying to get people to get in, that wouldn't make any sense. So that's why I make sure I'm in tip top shape. I got 2 workouts in today, and I was fasting today. So, I make sure I'm walking the talk. This is just to show people what kind of coach I am, the kind of people who I work with, and it also shows that I get results. This is my social proof right there. The people who I've helped. These are a couple guys. I have some new ones over the past few weeks who've gotten some transformation. So soon I'll probably update that. The pictures on the left, I'll add a few more, right? But and that's just to show people that these guys did it. So can they. I mean, like these guys, like if I had to tell you share some of their stories. I mean, some of these guys they used to be on drugs. Some of them used to be very depressed. Some of them used to have very low self-esteem. Went through breakups. Some of them felt like they were nothing. They felt they had no worth in their life. You know, and then they hired me as a coach to kind of to help them out. First, it starts as fitness. Fitness is the first manifestation for a man. When he transforms his physique, I feel that that's when a man can truly find himself, because that's the first manifestation he actually sees, the physical manifestation. Then after that, he'll apply to everything in his life. That's why I feel that a man has to. Every man should feel like himself at his physical peak strength. You know, because it's amazing when you can lift, when you can pull your body weight, you feel amazing. Like it feels good after you work out. People think it's the opposite. Roswell, it's the opposite. People say, Timo, I'm gonna be tired. No, if you work out, you follow what I tell you, you're gonna have more energy. That's why it's so much energy. You know?
Yeah. I'm looking especially at uh, the guy the guy with the Brazil shirt, but the guy to the left of him, like the
Yeah,
before and the
him.
after effect.
Yeah, that
Like
guy's killing it
that's
in my program. He's killing it.
That's great. That's amazing. I like that. I mean, that's great. That's great. I mean, I guess my problem. I guess my problem. What I'm trying to say is that like me. Okay, now everyone on social media knows my problem. This is me. I go dancing on a Saturday night. This has
Mhm.
happened like a couple nights ago. You know, come back alone. Just me in the house and whatever. There it is, Timo, a bag of chips, beautiful Doritos chips, and like soda, Dr. Pepper. Oh, God, I can't say that on air. I'm like, oh, whatever, Dr. Pepper, whatever. There I am. I'm not hungry, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm drinking it, eating the chips, and my mom was like, "There you go again. You just you don't care about yourself." I'm like, I do care about myself, but it's Saturday night. I'll continue caring about myself on Monday. It's like, some people, you know, they when they get depressed or whatever, they turn to like, like drugs, alcohol, whatever, smoking. What do I do?
Yeah.
Carbs, sugar, and then when I wake up the next day, well, now how can somebody like me, cool man who loves the bachata, go on the dance floor a couple of days? But I mean, come on, bro. So what's my problem? I don't plan to do it. Like it just happened. It just it could be loneliness, depression, or something to do, or I don't know. I majored in psychology when I was in college, like because I still can't figure out myself. But that is something I deal with more and more and more and more. And again, I'm not perfect. I'm not. I'm just like everyone on this planet. I got issues, But that's what I do. That's how I deal with, and I don't open up to people. And I know. I mean, I really don't open up to people. People think that, oh, I'm super happy. They see me in the dance floor, but deep down inside, man, I am crappy. But I'm not going to
Yeah.
tell anyone that. But that's me, and that's
Yeah.
I go home, eat the bag of chips, and eat a carb, eat a sugar, and then it happens again the following weekend. I don't know, maybe it's an escape or whatever. I don't know. I can't believe I'm saying this live, but I don't care. It's all good. So someone like me, right? I know it's a habit. There's a little psychology here involved, but have you ever heard something like that before? Like that what I just told you, like instead of like drinking or smoking or whatever, I turn to like all that bad stuff, and I'm not hungry. Remember, I'm not hungry. I don't know. I just feel that there's nothing else to do on a Saturday
Mhm.
night after I
Yeah.
come home dancing or 2 o'clock in the morning, and like I don't know, bro. I don't know. Anyway, I just wanted to know maybe somebody else, another dancer, may be having the same problem. I have no idea. But what could you maybe suggest for something? I know you're not
Mhm.
God, so what? I mean, someone told me just drink water, a glass of water. I'm reverse psychology here. They said whenever you get the urge to drink a soda or whatever, you're not really hungry. Your mind is just telling you. So drink water. I don't know. Have you heard that before? I don't know. Just at night, and it just takes away everything. I don't know. I
Okay. So in terms of that, I can relate to you because I used to do the same thing. Like I have a sweet tooth. Yeah, I used to do the same thing. There are times where when I wasn't in control of my mind, my thoughts. No, you can never control your thoughts, but you can control how you react to your thoughts, right? Emotions will come and they go, but how you act upon them is completely up to you, right? So the thing is, what's not going to change for
Mhm.
myself, if I feel a certain way, I have a specific set of rules that I have to adhere to, and I will follow through no matter how I feel. So I feel that for anybody, as a man included, or anybody at all, if you have those specific things that you have to do, and you're going to do them regardless of how you feel, I feel that's very important for everybody to have. Also, to give you more specific advice on that, that's a mindset thing. You know, I think, like for example, habits like that, for them to be broken, there has to be specific identity changes, mindset shifts. But with that, like those, I'll be honest, those are hard to overcome yourself. To have someone to help you out would speed up the process. So like what you're dealing with, I mean, I don't feel I've dealt with that before. And that's all that is that you vibrating at a low frequency. Like, yeah, like there's a lot of, you can see, we can pick out a number of things, right? But a big part of it would be like, what was your thought process going through that? You just felt like it, right? There's nothing to do, right? But if you were thinking the next morning, I got to go and work out, I got some goals to accomplish, you want to pick that up because you know it's going to set you back, you know? So there's a couple of things, Roswell, I can say, but in terms of that, You got to make sure you're picking up your energy. You got to be doing things that are going to lift you up, because that you can't be looking for happiness in places that you're losing it. That's crazy. That's insane. I used to do that. Tons of people are doing that, and they wonder why they're depressed or anxious. They want to commit suicide or do things like that. They're not doing the right things. They're trying to find happiness in the place where they first lost it. And I understand it's difficult to get out of that place, but you got to put it. People have to put in the effort. They have to put in the effort first, right? I tell all the guys who join my program, I say, look, my program is not for everybody. You're gonna have to put in the hard work, but I'll make the blueprint as simple and as easy as possible. I'll tell them everything they have to do, what they have to eat, what time they sleep, what their schedule looks like, all that stuff. I make it very simple for them. All they have to do is just follow through. And if they need more support, they have me 24/7. They have my phone number, all that stuff. We get on calls weekly, or if they need multiple calls a week, I can do that too. Because my goal is to give them to change their life. That's my goal. That's the business I'm in, to change people's lives for the better. Because most people are out of shape. Most people are not happy. Most people are depressed. You know. And right now, I can tell you this, because I'm in the best shape of my life. I feel great. Even if for some reason, our house we wouldn't have it anymore, we get it back. I'm not worried about that. But my fitness, I mean, that's a blessing from God. Something that I earned as well, that He has gifted to me, and I'll use it to the best of my ability. And I feel like someone like yourself has to experience that. You feel amazing. It'd be like a big weight off your shoulder, you know? So just little things to start. Start drinking water more often. I'm not saying you cut out your junk food right away, but I mean, start doing positive things first. Start, like, take some baby steps. But if you want the process to speed up, because we know that time is against us, I always recommend invest in yourself. Because Russell, you are an investment worthwhile. I put that on my Instagram story. You are an investment worthwhile. Remember that. People, they'll be more than happy to invest in someone else, more than happy to bank on a show or a coin or a stock or whatever, or their boss or their job. But they don't put a penny into themselves. They don't put any energy or focus into themselves. Years pass, and what happens? They get sick. Now they have diseases. They're depressed. They don't know what to do, right? You got to be selfish first. You have to. You can't be giving to people, like, for example, like, I forget what it was. There's a passage or something, right? And they say that if you're gonna give, but it's gonna hurt you, don't give, because you're gonna hurt yourself. Don't do anything that's gonna harm yourself, right? So my faith is big on, you know, it's doing. Don't You don't harm yourself, you don't harm other people, right? So if you're broke, you have no money, and you have the only dollar, it's like, and you need that for food, it makes no sense for you to give it to somebody because you need that. But if you have tons of that, go ahead and give, because you have an abundance of that. Go help somebody, right? It's the same thing, you know. So I say just just take baby steps, man. But start to try to understand yourself. Why do I make these decisions? Why do I eat this food? What am I running from? What am I scared of? Well, what are some things in the past that I haven't dealt with? You have to ask yourself those questions. And want to know something? You're by yourself. You know yourself best. And then once you're confident enough, if you want to hire somebody and you feel comfortable opening up to them, then you can share it with them. But you first have to do the work internally. You have to make the decision. Enough's enough. I want to change. I'm worthwhile. I'm worth investing in myself. I'm worth putting the energy. I can do this. You got to believe in yourself, you know? And to be honest with you, once you do that, once you go through all those trials and tribulations, at the end of the tunnel, trust me, it's an amazing feeling. I got there. I'm not finished, but I mean, it feels great. I know what my past looked like. A lot of people can relate to that. It sucks, and I'm never going back there. But I have that as a reminder to where I was and what not to do. You know, but that's important that I help people as best as I can, because a lot of people, they don't know where to start. That's not their fault. They were never taught this. That's my job. I come into place. They hire me. I do that. Help them out. That's what I do. I give them my all to help them change their lives so they can pass it on. You know.
And you know, the worst thing is that Sunday morning, bro. That's the worst. Sunday is, oh, I hate that. The next day, especially this past Sunday, was raining and stuff. And like, yeah, just don't feel like to do anything. Just sit there and just waste time and eat a put a eat like a bowl of Cheerios for breakfast and lunch and 2 o'clock and really stand up. You know, and I don't know. I don't know. That's my problem. What I do on Saturday night after the dance, after the dance stuff
Everybody,
is over.
everybody has their own things they're dealing with, their own demons.
So
Everybody does.
that's
So
yeah.
don't feel ashamed of
But
it.
but I appreciate everything that you just said, and Yeah, I mean that's I appreciate it. Not only me, I'm pretty sure other people that are listening to this that has similar problems. They appreciate this too. Um, um, Advice for dancers, right? Like advice for dancers, and I mean, you already you already said it all, bro. But I don't know, like what are some like I mean, I don't know, dance. I mean, what are some just like advice you can give to like dancers who are trying to I don't know, like just trying to improve themselves, or they're just trying to, a
Mm,
lot of people say, let me say this before I say anything else. Dance, dance save life. A lot of people used to tell me that Roswell dancing saved your life and whatever, and all that stuff. But it does, it saves you the music and whatever. But with your technique and your skills, what better advice can you give to the dancers that are listening to you right now? Your product, your I can't even say product. I don't even know the right word here, but your tools, if I can say that, or your I mean, how can that? I don't know, man. How can that? You know, how can it really impact the life of a dancer, or not even a beginner? Let's start from there. Someone that's
yeah,
starting out there, like how can your what you have advertised in your webpage and everything that you said, how can that better help someone that's actually starting out in the dance business, you know? And
okay.
I mean, can we start from there?
Sure, sure. Yeah, well, in terms of that, dancer, whoever you are, whoever's listening, okay, 'cause I don't know exactly, I don't think your audience are dancers, right? What I'd say is this: a healthy body is a healthy mind. The mind, body, and soul all come in hand, right? So whatever's good for your mind will be good for your body, will be good for your soul. Whatever's good for your body is good for your mind, is good for your soul. You can't have one without the other. So I tell people, you need to be fit. Every single person, I don't care how old you are, there's no excuses. Exercise. Fuel yourself with the right fuel. You're going to start to feel better. You feel depressed, you feel like crap, you got to start eliminating the stuff. Like I said, the things that you're trying to, the things where you lost your happiness that are bringing you pain, you've got to stay far from those things. I know myself. I know the things that if I go to a club, I have to stay far from those places. There's tons of trials, there's tons of things that will suck me in. I got to stay far from those kind of things because I know myself. So you have to understand yourself. But most importantly, I tell everybody, get fit. I'm not telling you to look like me, six pack ripped all year round. Now, anyone can do that. Trust me, they can do it. They can do it. They have to believe it. But I'm not saying you have to be like that. But take care of your physical health. A healthy body is a healthy mind. You can't have one without the other. It doesn't work like that. It does not work like that. They're all connected. Your brain sends signals to your body. If you want to get up, your brain already thought that, gives it the signal. Like people with Parkinson's, for example. I knew a guy, he was a neighbor of mine. He passed away, he had Parkinson's, right? But there are times where he just freezes. And they said that they had to implant something in his head, in his brain or something. He had a tool that had to, because his brain couldn't send the signals to his body. So it had everything to do with his mind, it had nothing to do with his body. His brain could not send the signals there, so he couldn't move. You know what I'm saying? So it's all connected. People neglect their health on a daily basis and they expect to be happy. They see me pull up, they see me and my guys pull up, and we're in shape, we're all ripped. And they want to be like us. They feel intimidated. Oh, come up, talk to us, we'll help you out. You know? It's the best feeling to be like this. It's the best feeling. You feel like you're on top of the world. Nobody can take that away from you. You can't fake being fit. You can't. You can fake being financially successful. You can fake being confident. You can fake being the cool guy, the person who has everything going on for them. You can't fake being fit. I can't do that. 'Cause I am fit. I earned it. It's a trophy. If I take my shirt off, I can't say, okay, I look fat now. No, I earned it. You know what I'm saying? So I give to anybody, take care of your health. That's the best thing you can do. Start there. Start with fitness, and eventually, trust me, when if you start to fall in love with it, that's the best thing. That's the best thing because it's a healthy obsession now for me, and all my clients is a healthy obsession for them. I mean, the text I get from them is amazing. You know, like one dude, for example, shout out to him. I'm gonna send him the link after this, but he's on my program. He's 42 years old, right? Trains like an animal. He's 6'2". Now he weighs what 195. He used to weigh like 220 pounds. He used to be a big guy. He used to weigh like 210. So he's dropped some fat with me. He's got lean, but now he's like He's almost ripped. He's almost there. 5 more, 6 more pounds, 10 more pounds, and he's gonna look like a fitness model at 42. He's almost there, right? So, but this guy's gonna say, "Yo, man, I've been getting all kinds of compliments from people. People looking at me and everything. They're saying I'm getting leaner." Like, I mean, those are priceless, man. Those are priceless, right? And also on top of that, like I also remind them, I say, "Look, you used to be this person. Now you're this person. How does that feel, man? That you got there?" Dude, they get emotional. Some of them didn't like. Some of them didn't believe they can do what they did until they had someone like myself who pushed them, who believed in them. Like for yourself, you might not believe in yourself now, Roswell, but if you had someone like myself to be there to support you, show you the way. But if I believe you, I guarantee I can get you to believe in yourself. And you definitely get there. Guaranteed 100%. It's important to have the right people around you. So my advice, I know I said a lot, prioritize your health and fitness. You're going to feel better, right? If I have a bad day, but I hit a workout, I let all my anger, everything on the workout, I feel amazing after. Your body lets out endorphins after. It's delayed gratification, but that's the best stuff. Like they say in life, the patient one always gets what he wants. The person who gets everything first, they're spoiled. They're always unhappy. They always want more. They're greedy. You understand what I'm saying? So that's the advice I give them. Prioritize their fitness, prioritize their health, and get around people who are going to be positive, who are going to push them. We're not going to discourage them for trying to improve themselves. If you have people around you who they get jealous, they say negative things about you, kick them out. Don't talk to them anymore. If they're not positive, get rid of them. Get rid of them. They're no good for you, right? Now, if it's like a family member, warn them, say, hey, listen, if you're going to be in my life, I need someone who's supportive. I need someone who's going to be positive. I don't appreciate someone who's, negative, who's going to discourage me, right? Because I'm the kind of person, I encourage all my people around me. Every single, like this jacket you see, this, my brother, this is his brand, Downtown Apparel. This is his brand, right? I bought 3 jackets from him. It's Black Diamond. It's a nice jacket. He'll be seeing this. Shout out to him, right? But I support him. I'm very supportive of what he does. Whatever goals he has, I'm never gonna say, "Hey, bro, don't do that. You're too ambitious." No, no, I'm very ambitious too. You're only gonna fall down. You're never gonna fall to. You're only gonna fall to your standards. So if you have a high standard for yourself, you're only gonna fall to that standard. You're never gonna fall to your goals, to your ambitions. No, you're gonna fall to your standards. You just have to raise the standards. Have higher standards for the people around you and for yourself. Make it a standard that you have to be healthy. I'm gonna make this choice. I'm gonna eat healthier this day. I'm gonna do some exercise. For me, it's to preserve myself. Your health is not just going to affect you, it's going to affect the people around you. It's going to rub off on them. You have a mother, right, Roswell? You want to be around to take care of her? God forbid you get sick. If you're healthy, you won't get sick. Not as often. I barely get sick, maybe once a year. And it's rare. Because I take care of myself. While everyone else around me, they're getting sick. They're coughing. And I'm looking at them, I say, I told you so. I told you not to eat those fries 5 days a week. I told you you should have exercised. I have no time to work out. You just need 30 minutes, 3 days a week. What are you talking about? My guys train 3 days a week, 50 minutes in the gym, and they get the best results. What's their excuse? What is everyone else's excuse? What's their excuse? Sometimes I have 10-hour days of work, and I'm studying a new language. I'm taking care of my people, and I'm going to travel. I have all these things, calls, all that stuff, but I still get my stuff done. I still love what I do. I still get it done. No excuses. I have that standard for myself now. So I know that was a lot of things to unpack. Prioritize the fitness. Get the right people around you, right? So it's to have positive people around you, but take care of your health. That's what I tell all the dancers, everybody. Take care of your health. They're never going to regret that. They never will.
I love that jacket, by the way. Looking at you talk, I love
Get
that.
one.
My size, bro. I love that jacket.
I got a few of them, man. Next interview we do, I'll wear another one, man. They're fly.
I hope you can find one.
Customized too, man.
You can find one my size, bro. but
No, we can get you your flight, man.
but
You got all kinds of. I'll hook you up, man.
the problem, okay. All right. Okay. The problem, like before the pandemic happened, I used to hang out at the gym every single day. That was like my hangout spot. Then all of a sudden the pandemic happened, and I got lazy. Now it's like I don't even like hit the gym anymore, and it just eats me up. So how, let's say, someone like me, or maybe someone else can relate to me. How is it possible to actually, get back into the swing of things? Because every morning is like I do corporate work. I want to do like 9 to 5. I'm glued to the computer.
Sitting
And
down, right?
yeah, it's like sitting down. My God, like so. So how do I actually, get back into the swing of things? Because it's like every time I'm about to leave the door, I'm like, oh my God, my manager's gonna call me or something's gonna like my mind is not where it's supposed to be. My mind is like, you know, like, oh my God, something bad's gonna happen. So I can't, so I can't put myself first. Like, so how can I? I mean, and it eats me up. It really, really eats me up because other people can do it, right? Other dancers
Mm.
can do it. Like, what the why? I can't. I can't do that. Like I'm not focused, Timo. I'm
Yeah.
not focused. That's the problem because my mind is on this, my mind is on that. I'm like, I do run here. Like I never, like put me first. You know,
Okay.
and that's what killed me because I'm just want to sign up at the gym, but I know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna sign up, make those people rich because I'm not gonna show up like I promised. So how do I? And maybe this is something I gotta work with. How do I actually, you know, forget everything around me and just focus on that one moment? Just go to the gym and just hang out there for an hour, which I did before COVID, and then come back and deal with whatever is around me, all the craziness. So how do I? It's I know it's easier said than done, and I mean, most people tell me stuff, and I'm like, guys, but it goes back to what you were saying. When I was telling you about the example of Saturday night, the chips and the sodas and all of that stuff. So I guess that that answer that you gave could maybe also help in this situation as well. But for all of those who are also in my uh, suffering here, the dancers that like how is it possible to actually keep that commitment and like if I say that now, tomorrow morning I'm gonna hit the gym for a few couple hours before I sign in to work, and then tomorrow morning like, oh darn it, I got a board meeting, I don't think I can do that, I don't want to rush through traffic, oh God, my mom is and before you know it, I psych myself out, you know, and then you and I having this conversation live a year from now, so I don't know. So I mean, how can I just like keep to the plan and just stay focused and just do it? You know?
Okay. Okay, I'll just be completely honest. To make it as easy as possible for you, and I wish I had this. You need somebody who's gonna make everything easy for you. You need someone who you respect, who you look up to. I always recommend to people if you have no idea what you're doing, learning everything by yourself, trying to do things yourself is not wise. Hire
Okay.
someone, get yourself a coach. You know, you
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? That's what I always tell people. Like me, I help people who are beginners. I help people who are advanced, people who are intermediate. I help athletes, people who are just getting started, who don't know what they're doing. You
Mhm.
understand what I'm saying? But the thing is this, I understand someone like yourself is very busy, right? And I can tell you're a man that values his time, correct? You know? So that's what I tell people. I say, when they join with me, I save them time. I save them money and I save them time. And I save them heartache. I save them pain. All those things, right? So someone like yourself whose mind is not focused everywhere. You need someone like myself who's going to get you centered, who's going to do everything for you. You won't have to think about anything because I understand your life's already stressful. It seems stressful as it is. Deal with your mom. You got to take care of her. She's getting old. You got your corporate job. Will my boss call me? Dancing, food. Oh my gosh, crazy traffic. Boom. Your mind is everywhere. But then if you have someone to make everything easy for you, who can reassure you, guide you on the right path, that's the best way to go. Because your life's already hectic as it is. Why make it more difficult, more complicated for yourself? Doesn't make any sense, right? So that's when someone like myself comes in place, you know. And over time, I tell people once they commit, they all they have to do is they have to listen to what I say, ask questions, right? Ask me anything, and really use me. They hire me for a reason. Ask me anything. Use me every day of the week. I'm here to serve them. I'm here to serve you right now. The people here, I'm here to serve them. So, like I said, like I told you at the beginning of this call, ask me anything. I'm an open book. There's no bad questions. I'm not an insecure guy. Not anymore. I used to be a very insecure person. Very insecure, right? You say, oh, what is this person gonna think about me? I don't care anymore. I don't care. It doesn't matter. Honestly, that doesn't matter. So easiest thing for you, Ross, for anybody listening to this, if they're in a similar situation as you or whatever, be around people like that. Hire yourself a coach. That's going to speed up the process and it's going to save you money in the long run. And people, they don't understand when I say that. Well, my program, I the prices I have are, I offer people a great deal. But for example, personal training is very expensive, right? To pay for a personal trainer is expensive. But I always tell people this. I say, listen, if you take care of your health right now, you're paying up front. But if you neglect your health, you don't get that trainer, you're going to continue down this path. Diseases come up. You're going to be paying that heart surgeon, that lung surgeon, that surgeon, tons of money from your insurance, hundreds of thousands of dollars that you can't afford because you neglected your health. So what's more important? Your health right now or that job? Your health right now or what other people are thinking right now? Your health right now or that food? It's more important. You have one body, you have one mind, you have one life. You have to preserve it. This is a vessel we have to take care of, right? You have to do the same thing. If you don't, your body's going to punish you. The universe will punish you because you're supposed to bless this thing. And once you trash it, it's going to feel like trash, you know? So you need there's a lot of things I said, but honestly, the best thing, make it as easy as possible for you. You know what I mean? To save time, get yourself somebody who's going to help you out. You need that. That's going to make everything easier, faster. And, we don't have time on our side. We don't know when our time will be. So I always tell people, get on it ASAP, get on it urgent, because you matter. Roswell, you matter. What you want for yourself, your goals, your health, that matters. That's number one. Your job, that other stuff's important, but let's be honest right now. You can find another job. You can get a better job. There's an abundance of jobs, of money out there. They're printing money out of thin air. Do you have multiple bodies? Do you have multiple hearts, organs? You do have multiple organs like kidneys and stuff like that, but you don't have two brains. You don't. It's not like a video game where you can respond. You can't do that. Take care of your health. Hire somebody.
Boy, I need a buddy. I need you to come over. My mom's gonna cook you some dinner. And you like Indian food? My mom likes we come from Indian food, bro. Brazilian. I'm half Brazilian. I don't know if you know. Well, I'm not. Well, I was born in New Jersey. I was born in the U.S. I'm half West. I'm half Guyanese and half Brazilian. But I speak English. But I eat a lot of like spicy food, Indian food. So.
Yeah, I'm not a picky eater. I like everything, man.
I'll just cook you. My mom knows Brazilian food also. So my new buddy, you are. I just I mentally hired you.
Mentally. Yeah, well, 100%, man. Like, yeah, I can look. As long as you're like, I tell this to everybody. If you're a 10 out of 10, that you want to make a change, you will make a change. Mm-hmm. But if someone who's on the fence about it, my goal is to convince them, is to give them the courage to make the decision to change right now. Because we're not guaranteed any time. We're not. It's a big illusion. It's a big illusion. People think they have time. They're not in control of those things. We're only in control of what we can do. Only thing we can control is how we react, how we act. If we can control our minds, that's the only thing we can control. You can't control, you get evicted from your house. You can't control if you lose your job. You can even do your best. They might not, they're laying people off. But you can control how you react and what you do with your life. And how healthy you are, that's up to you. So that's something I take very seriously. And I preach and I tell people you have to take it seriously. And you have to start to dislike the things that are bad for you. You have to start to dislike. I know it's tough, but if someone's out of shape, they're overweight or they're super skinny, they have to dislike that about themselves. They have to. Because the vision they have to start to love the vision they have for themselves so they can work towards this. You understand what I'm saying? Like someone who's addicted to cigarettes or is addicted to eating junk food or whatever, they have to start to hate doing those things. They have to rewire their brain, because humans were either running towards pleasure and away from pain. It's one of the two, You have to flip it. For you, for example, it's like when it comes to the food, you get pleasure from eating those foods. You have to flip it. In reality, you're hurting yourself. You gain actually a lot of pain on the back end. It feels good eating at your taste buds. Your body feels like crap. The next day you feel groggy. You feel sluggish probably. You look in the mirror, you're like, you don't like how you look. Your body's not looking fit, and you wish you looked a certain way. You wish you were fit, ripped, strong. You wish you were like that, but you're not, right? So you got to start to hate the things that brought you to where you're at. You have to start to hate the things that are bad for you and start to love the things that are actually going to build you and are good for you. It's going to be hard at the beginning, but trust me, you can do it. I've done it. My clients done it. You can too.
You should be an attorney, bro. It's like you're like you have that. I'm not just saying that. No, I'm not being funny or anything. But you have that. I don't know. You have that. Like, look, do it. That. You're very direct. And like again, you're very powerful when you speak, and it's like I don't know, it's just like people listen to you while you talk. It's so you're real, and I appreciate that. I truly
Anytime.
appreciate that. My God, we've been talking. It's kind of funny. I made an announcement a month ago when I told everyone I'm going to do summer interviews. I promised everyone, no, I'm just going to go no more than like 25 minutes. Here I have like an hour and 20 minutes with you. I'm bad at this. I am. I can't believe social media is making me do this. I social media said I'm very entertaining. Like Roswell, yeah, go live with people. You just make us laugh like an hour and a half talking and oh, thank God this is not like real like bill and cable media time. I made the company go bankrupt. No, but seriously, I'm real. Everyone knows me. I'm cool man, loves the bachata, and there's more to me than bachata. I'm just natural and real. Um, I appreciate everything you said. So tonight when I get that depression mode, chips and Dr. Pepper and Frito Lay's, I'm going to be thinking about what you said. No, but yeah. But I wanted to ask you something before we go. What are
Sure.
some like plans for the future? Like, where are you taking your knowledge, the stuff that you know, and I mean, 5 years down the line, where do you see yourself, and where do you see where you're heading to with everything that's going on, and um, like the the chosen one fitness and stuff like where where do you see that headed like 5 years from now? I mean, where do you see that going to, like which direction, and how how much of an expansion will it be?
Okay. So if God grants me more life, hopefully,
Okay.
uh, yeah, I have plans. I have big goals, of course.
Okay.
Of course, like I said, the goal, well, I'll be traveling soon. So in a couple months, I'll be going to Indonesia, of course, do some
Okay.
things there.
Okay.
There are tons of things I have in mind, like I said, the more I grow and I improve on my asset, my skill, I become more of an asset to people. You understand what I'm saying? So more opportunities are going to keep on opening up for me, God willing, because I am every day I put in the work towards my goals. It's something I do. You know what I'm saying? So I got a bunch of goals, yes, of course, expanding it because it's my business is online. I help people online, and that's the best way. It's better than in person. It's more effective. It's way more
Okay.
effective because people have access to me 24/7, literally, and I give them everything. In person, you can only have so much time with somebody. You understand? So I can take that anywhere, which is the beautiful thing about it, and I can take it in multiple directions. I'm the brand, I'm the brand. So essentially, wherever I'm going, it's like whatever I do, that's the direction it's gonna take. So that's the beautiful thing about it. For the future 5 years, I can tell you this: God gives me that life. Business is gonna expand, impacting more lives. What's it called? Getting stronger, crushing more fitness goals. I'll have a family by then. I'll be married. All that stuff. I already know that's gonna happen. I'll be traveling, of course. Life will be great. I know it will be. It will be great. I'll be more knowledgeable. I'll be even better than what I'm speaking to you right now. 100%. I'll be more weathered, more experienced, even more mature, more patience. Life would just be better for me overall. So I'm excited. So I'm always improving every day. That's my goal. To improve at least 1% every day. If I can grow even more, I do my best. So just better than I am today. That's the goal.
You don't have to worry about the mature part, bro. You're one of the most maturest young men I ever met on this planet. So,
Appreciate
so
it. Thank you. Appreciate it.
patient, bro. You're patient answering my 501 questions. So you don't have to worry, bro. You don't have to worry about those things. Trust me. If you can, it takes a lot of patience for anyone to go live with me nowadays. So you're good. You crossed that step already. So you're perfect. You're fine. But what are some last minute words you want to give to the everyone that's listening to this?
A lot of people listening. Okay, well, I'll just plug some of my socials. So Facebook, Timo Cruz, Instagram at the Chosen One Fit. That's where I put most of my stuff. In the future, I'll be posting on YouTube videos, all that stuff, giving more value to people. And Any of you guys who are on the fence about, finally pulling the trigger of taking your health seriously, I tell everyone, I say, don't wait, stop waiting. Because God forbid you get that call, you have cancer, you have diabetes or something. Don't wait. People, stop pushing it to the side. Stop saying you have no time. No, no. Start saying I'm going to make time. That's the difference between myself, my clients, and other people who haven't started. The other people say, I have no time. Me and my people, I teach them to say, no, we're going to make time. We have 168 hours in the week, if I'm not mistaken. If people were to do the math of everything that they do have time. They're just wasting it and doing other things. So, and if I were them to do it right now, pull the trigger, go hire somebody, join a program, do something, go join a gym, hire someone like myself, or go search for answers. Go on YouTube, find answers at least. Yeah, at least. As someone I can talk for hours about this. People are, oh, well, I don't want to spend money here. You don't want to spend money on yourself, but you're going to spend money at the club, at the bars, on shoes. Those are not assets. You're an asset. Start to spend money on yourself because you're your greatest asset. You know, before it's too late, invest in yourself. That's what I'll tell them. And start right now. There's no time. There's no time to waste. You're not guaranteed tomorrow. You're not. I've known people like whenever I go on Friday when I go to my prayers. For the last few times I've been going, there's been people passing away, young people, old people, and we're always reminded. The guy in the front, he says, "This will be you one day. This will be you one day." So what makes you think you have time? If you're doing bad right now, do good. If you're alive or not, anyone who's listening to this is your opportunity right now. I made a decision, and sometimes it amazes me that I'm still here sometimes because there were three, four occasions when I was younger I didn't want to be here. And I was planning on not being here. Thank God I didn't do that because I'm here right now. You know, and same with yourself, Roswell, like you shared with everybody. So I tell everybody, start right now because all of our time will be up. We're all gonna die. It's gonna happen. But make the most out of it. The life that we have right now, that's completely up to you what you want for it. And I tell them, completely invest in yourself, go all in. It's not gonna hurt you. If anything, you're gonna feel prouder, you're gonna feel healthier, you're gonna be healthier, you're gonna feel better about yourself, you're gonna be more confident, and it's gonna be good. People are gonna want to be around you more. Your life will only improve if you do that. Take care of yourself. That's what I tell them.
Oh, that's you're good. I want to come right now to New York City and hey, give me a high five and say thank you. You know, I'm older than you, so we old people we give
Oh,
high fives.
no worries, no worries. All good.
You know, no, but seriously, from the bottom of my heart, and I mean that. I'm just not saying that because I'm all choked up here and I'm on a media, but from the bottom of my heart, thank you because 99% of the stuff you said, it's something that could definitely help me. I can't speak on behalf of everyone that's listening, but stuff that you said, I agree. I need some, support. I definitely need that, the support and the willpower and all of that stuff, but mostly the support and to prioritize myself, and so I got to work hard on that, like
I'll help you out.
yeah,
You
make
got me,
some
man.
Roswell.
You got
I
me.
appreciate
You can
everything
reach
you
out to
said.
me. I'll
Honestly,
help you out
thank
with
you
that.
so much.
Don't worry about that.
Cool. Yeah, I appreciate it. I really do. I have to see you at I want to be like dance socials. You have to. I'm in New York at least until let's see, ending of the summer. Then I head back down south. So I gotta see you on the dance floor at one of these like bachata socials. You know, I gotta see if you know your stuff. I
Oh
gotta
man,
see. I haven't seen you dance. I haven't seen you dance. I wanna see you
man, I'm the
dance,
wrong guy, man.
bro.
I don't know how to do bachata, fam. I don't. I don't.
We'll see. We'll see. Well, okay, but but seriously, I'm honored that you've joined us, and thank you for everything that you've said on behalf of everyone at Cool Folks Who Love to Bachata. We'd love to have you here. We appreciate you having you've been part of us. You've been in the group. Your suggestions and your advice to the dancers and the organizers and everyone that are listening, especially the children. I appreciate that. So thank you so much. and I would like you to come back after the summer. I plan to do this again
Do
after the
it.
summer. So if you ever want to come back to tell everyone anything you want to say, or maybe an event coming up, or something that you just learned recently that can help us, help everyone, please feel free to come back. And please continue sharing your postings on our webpage. And seriously, thank you
I
for everything. I
appreciate it, man.
appreciate it.
I love doing these things, and I'm looking forward to doing it again. I'm looking forward to it. Appreciate you, Roswell.
Peace out.